Hi, my name is Dylan Brophy, and my project is building a computer. So a lot of people have used the and I'm using the Arduino Mega. So a lot of people have used Arduinos to build computers, but oftentimes their graphics are black and white, and they just generally aren't very good. Processing power isn't that great, runs basic, that kind of thing. Mine is different because it actually has two separate computers in it. It has a video card computer, which uses a parallax propeller chip. And then it also has an Arduino Mega, which is the main control board, plus a mouse, which hasn't fully been used yet. Had a paint program, but for some reason it doesn't work anymore. I'm still trying to figure that out, but I wanted to present. Anyway, so when it starts up, it'll tell you how many bytes left, which I give credit to some of the other people that made other Arduino computers, because that's what they did. And it has some commands like help actually shows you a list of commands that you have. Some of them require external hardware, similar to a USB port, how you connect like a webcam or something. That's phono. So you attach a modem, you can actually call people from the computer. And then you have clear, which clears the screen, list, which lists files, run, and then you can run a file. Like I'll show you that real quick. Oh, wrong keyboard. Run tst.pdf. So this program printed out, ended with less than. That's good. So basically what this program did is it basically was comparing two numbers to see if one was more than the other, and since the first one was less than the other one, it says ended with less than. That's good because it's programmed to do that. And if it returned anything else, that would mean that there's a flaw with either the programming or the hardware inside here. It's like a testing program. Another thing that this does is it runs programs at boot. So it'll run a startup program, and then another thing related to programs and SD cards, because it uses an micro SD card, is this light here, which shows you whether there's an SD card inserted or not. Green means inserted, red means it's not. And then I'll continue with this, and then we have the circuit, which I've been working on. So now it's going to ask you how many times you want to enter a new line. I want to end, let's do 3 lines. Okay, so the first line I'll just write something like hello world. It's kind of like a basic text editor, right? And then you go to the next line and you'll just write a bunch of random characters. Fun. And then the next line will write goodbye. And there you go. And then it ends the program because we had 3 lines. And then we had space, which was a game that I wrote, but unfortunately the speed at which it's sending and transmitting data doesn't support the game very well, so it's kind of like jittery. It's really weird. So that unfortunately does not work very well. And then the view command is for viewing images, which I had to create my own image format for this. And so all images are, let's see, 20 by 10. So you have 20 pixels going this way and 10 pixels going down. And so there's numbers like 0 to 5, and you get to pick out the colors. So, let's see, what else? Oh yeah, clear command. I have a lot of stuff. Okay. And then we have the mouse. So the startup program that I wrote for the computer, if it's the first time you're booting up this program, and there's no settings there, it'll check whether the settings file is there or not. So the first time it booted up, there was no file settings, so it asked you what color do you want the mouse to be, what color do you want the mouse lines to be, and now it saved those, and so on the mouse you can see the color's different, and if we took out the SD card, the color would be different than if you left it in, simply because it's a startup program. So
Let's double check everything.
reboot it. I just want to show you one more thing, is that the RAM, since we're using Arduino Mega, we have tons of RAM. When I started this project, I was using an Arduino Uno, and when I ran this command, or when I, checked how much memory there was left, I used to have black and white graphics, and it would say like 700 bytes. I'm like, really, dude? I don't want that, you know. So now we have 5,621, and it just seems like it never runs out. It's crazy. So anyway, are there any questions from anybody?
I'm going to come a little closer. Can you describe your actual computer that you built?
Yes, the hardware. So right here we have what's called an ASP port, which is Arduino serial port, and basically it has it communicates with serial. It allows your programs in here to communicate with other machines, like the modem I was talking about earlier, and then you have a keyboard, right? And that it's USB, but we convert it to PS2, so it's actually compatible with USB keyboards. And then it wires into here and uses a PS2 keyboard library. And then you also have the this wire here that connects to the video card. So if we unplug this wire and like plugged it in somewhere random, it would probably display a bunch of random characters on the screen, if that doesn't happen.
I see.
Let's see, I have to plug it into the right one. Okay, so that goes to the video card and it tells it what to print on the screen. And then you have two video jacks, so if one for some reason fails, you can always plug it in the other, it'll work. It outputs, on these monitors it'll say AV, some monitors it says component. It should work on most monitors. It uses like these cables. It usually goes to the green one on most monitors, and basically, so yeah, that's
Okay.
how it works.
How do you get the idea to do this project?
Well, that's very, very interesting, because for a long time now I've wanted to build Arduino computers, or computers in general. I'm still working out how to build better and better and better computers. I mean, on my computer here, I spent days working on using a processor from the 80s called a Z80. So really it's a passionate thing to build computers and robots and stuff. It's not anything other than I like building computers. That's just what it is. So that's why this project is what I picked.
What are some other challenges you encountered through this project?
Okay, I mean, right off the bat, I have the biggest challenge ever. So imagine you bring up your computer in the morning, and all of a sudden your computer starts glitching out all over the place. And the text is scrolling down the screen like, so to show you, I'll try to give you an idea of what was happening. You have to give it a second. Okay, never mind. It doesn't work. So what happened is you have the text here, and the text would go down, leave the space here, it would go down, and it would come up back here. There would be interference all along the bottom, and it would just be awful. And I had that for weeks. And oh my gosh, biggest headache. And then today, it was so easy to fix. I just replaced one file, and the thing was fixed. Biggest challenge though, so
All right.
that took a lot of my time.
Very good. Emily, do you have a question?
What's the biggest thing that you took from all of this?
What?
What's the biggest thing that you took from all of this?
Probably if you try really hard to accomplish something better than what's accomplished, better than anything you've ever done before, you can do it. If you put in the effort and give it the time, you can really make something that works way better than what you've made before. So,
Very good.
yes.
All right.
That's what I've taken away from this.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dylan.
Any last
Great.
questions?
I think that's it. That's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well,